Hugo the Hamster and the Secret Hole in the Wall. Once upon a time, there was a little hamster named Hugo. He lived in a cozy cage with a wheel, a tunnel, and soft hay in the living room of a girl named Frida. Frida took good care of Hugo. Every night she said, "Good night, little friend," and gently scratched him behind the ear. But Hugo had a secret. Behind the bars of his cage, he had dug a small hole, and that hole led to something very special. When Frida was asleep, Hugo would crawl out through the hole, through the wall, and into a world no human had ever seen. The kingdom of the cellar animals. Here lived old dusty turtles, singing mice, and a bat named Benny, who was afraid of the dark. Hugo loved this place. Every night, he became a little braver, a little faster, and a little more adventurous. But one evening, when Hugo came through the hole, everything was quiet, far too quiet. "Hello?" squeaked Hugo, sniffing into the darkness. "Where is everyone?" "Psst," whispered a voice. It was Mickle the mouse. "The cellar king is gone. Someone stole his crown. Without the crown he can't sleep, and if he can't sleep none of us can dream," said Benny, fluttering nervously in circles. Hugo shivered a bit in his fur, then nodded. "I'll find the crown." He headed toward the dark part of the cellar, where the spiders lived. He could hear his own little heartbeat. But he thought of Frida and her warm hands. "If she can take care of me, I can take care of others," he whispered to himself. After a long and twisty path through old wires, cobwebs, and a very mouldy sock, he found something that sparkled. The cellar king's crown. "Let go," Hugo said boldly to the big, hairy spider who had taken it as decoration for her web. "And what if I don't want to?" the spider hissed. Then Hugo took a deep breath and said, "Because it's wrong to take something that isn't yours. And because I'm not afraid of you." The spider looked surprised. Then she sighed. "Fine." It was a bit heavy anyway. Hugo carried the crown back, and all the cellar animals cheered. "You're our hero," they shouted. But Hugo just smiled and said, "I have to go. Frida will say goodnight soon." He crawled back through the little hole in the wall, just in time to hop into his cage. Frida came in and said, "Good night, little friend," and scratched him behind the ear. Hugo smiled inside. He had been scared, but he had been brave anyway. And that night, all the cellar animals dreamed sweet dreams again.